Hello and welcome to the Dinosaw for week 49, another 7 curious interesting things I saw last week. If you haven't subscribed, please do it. Smash the button, whatever they say, for no other reason. I've been doing this for a couple of years. I'm just sneaking up on 2,000 followers. It's not a lot, but hopefully we'll get there by Christmas. If you know anybody with an itchy subscribe finger, please forward it on to them. I'd appreciate it. First one is Virtual Kiss. So this is Kiss, the glam rock band, or the glam metal band, I guess. Big fan, obviously. They did their last real concert on Saturday, and they are going into their new era, as they're calling it. So they are becoming a virtual band from this point on. Quite frankly, they're getting on a little bit now, so it's probably doing us all a little bit of a favour. However, why are they doing this? Well, if you look at ABBA, they apparently are making $2 million a week, sitting at home in their underpants, letting their virtual characters do concerts around the world. So you can see more bands doing this in the future. This is backed by the same companies like Industrial Light and Magic and all that sort of stuff. So some big heavyweights behind this as well. So watch out for that. If you want to go and see Kiss in the future, they will be virtual. Bicycles. Who doesn't love a bicycle? I love bicycles. So this was all about propulsion and propulsion gearing systems. And this is a string drive using string and oscillating pedals to make the rear wheel go round. But really why I was here was this one. This is what caught my eye. And if you look in the bottom right, that little kind of funny star thing, as the pedals go round, it gets bigger and it gets smaller. Now it's doing that to actually compensate for the cycling pressure through the pedals. So basically what that means is if you're going up a hill, it will make that gear make it easier to pedal. If you're going down a hill or on the flat, it will actually make you go faster. So it's an automatically compensating gear mechanism, which is really interesting. It's only a demo at the moment, so have in Mercia, I guess that's how you say that. Patent pending, etc, etc. Lots of really good comments on the very short YouTube video, which is what you're watching here. So good. Just when you thought that all of the gear systems have been made, another one comes along. If you want to do some money laundering, then it turns out Spotify is a really good platform. This is Ben Jordan. Ben Jordan is a musician. I've been following his videos for ages. He stopped making videos now for various reasons. However, if you do watch one of his videos, make sure it's this one. So it gives you a 101 guide to how to money launder through Spotify. Now it turns out if you use a click farm and all that sort of stuff, you can actually pay for streams of an artist, and as long as you've got some sort of connection to that artist, you can actually get the royalties from that artist, and you can actually make 3 times more royalties than it costs you to actually generate the streams to that artist. Therefore, if you're starting with some Bitcoin, or if you're starting with some money that you then put into Bitcoin to then buy those streams, you can then launder your money all the way through the system. Really big in Sweden, I think it is, but there you go. So who'd have thunk? Definitely have a look at the video. It is mind-blowing. Who would have thought, but there you go. Right, power switches. This is a wireless, it's a wireless power switch. You can't really say it any other way. Like, how does that work? So it uses the Wi-Fi in the air to charge itself up. So there's no wires going to it at all. It then sort of ekes a little bit of energy into its battery, and every time you then switch the light on and off, it uses that battery power to then send a signal to your smart lights. So if you have a new build in the future, you don't need any wires in the walls or under the floors. You just stick one of these wherever you need it. It can then osmose all the energy it needs from the environment and then use that to turn the lights on and off. It's going to really simplify things like house building, but also rewiring your house without actually turfing up the walls and all that sort of stuff. So well done to Cambiz Moes, I guess how you say it, from the University of Alberta. I like that. Apparently it costs like $2 to make as well, so really cost efficient as well. If you're into cars, you will have noticed this, but if you're not, you might not at all. My wife didn't know about this, and I was like, how can you not know? The Cybertruck was launched this week. Now, this was actually announced 4 years ago. It's 2 years late, so we've been waiting for quite a while. It's another £20,000 on the lower end of the scale for it, and probably about another 40. So it's way out of budget, and also it came along with less miles than we were expecting. However, it's made out of stainless steel. It's practically bulletproof. There is a video in their launch video of them shooting guns at it, because that's obviously what Elon Musk really loves. And this is a video that also showed as well of it out dragging a Porsche 911 whilst carrying a Porsche 911 on a trailer. That's how powerful this thing is. Now, what the market is for a stainless steel electric hyper truck, I'm not really sure. Hopefully they're going to make 200,000 or 250,000, I think it is. They're going to try and manufacture within 2 years. I think they only delivered about 12. So there's some work to be done there. There you go, the Cybertruck. If you have got a Mac or an iPhone and you've updated to the latest operating system, then this is definitely worth a look. So this is the personal voice from Apple. You train it on your voice and it takes about 150 little utterances. Gives you really weird things to say. It takes about half an hour, so give yourself some time to do it. But basically, go into your accessibility, find this thing, and then just record it. And then it takes quite a while. It's currently going in the background. It's taking hours and hours to process. But at the end of it, you get a version of your voice that you can use on your phone. So if you have an accessibility issue, if you can't speak, for instance, then this is great. But also, having had some experience of this in my family, then it would be a brilliant thing to record your voice anyway, so that should something happen to your voice, you have something that you can use that you still sound like yourself. So definitely have a go with that. I'm currently waiting for mine. I can't tell you what it sounds like just yet, but maybe next week I'll tell you. There you go. And finally, we have this story, which you may have seen. So this is a tech conference called Tech Devternity. Devternity, there you go. Now, the people who put on this conference said we've got a quite diverse load of speakers. However, Gergely Orash, I'm going to say that. I think that's how you said it. I did look it up. Basically found them out, said, hang on a minute, I don't recognize any of these people. I know somebody at Coinbase, and I'm not sure that you'll have a core contributor at Ethereum for Coinbase, so that smells a bit whiffy. Did some research and found out that each one of these speakers here has just been completely made up. The image has been made up, you know, this person does not exist, and they've just been generated by AI. They do not exist. So the conference got found out, has now been cancelled, quite rightly as well. And their excuse really was, there's so few women on the circuit, you know, oh, we invited them, they didn't come, which is absolute cobblers. There are thousands of brilliant women speakers on lots of tech subjects. Gergely, I think is how you said it, has got a really good article about it. And at the end of that, there's some links to speaker conference people. There are loads and loads, hundreds of thousands, so there's no excuse for it. But there you go. Really interesting story. And if you ever get caught doing this, then shame on you. It's just a daft thing to do. There you go. Hopefully it was useful. Hopefully it was interesting. As I say, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you next week.